Good morning, class. Welcome to St.PETERS School. This is your science class, and today we are going to start with the new chapter, chapter number third, that is force and the pressure. So all the students are requested to take out your page number. Take out chapter number three. Okay, chapter number three on the page number 14, force and pressure. So we are going to today start with the this new chapter. First of all, what is force? Force when a push or the pull is applied to an object is called force. किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर जब हम किसी तरह का प्रेशर डालते, पुश करते और पुल करते, that is called force. A force can change the state of an object from rest of the motion or the vice versa. Okay, force always force will whatever like after once the force is applied on a body, there should be a change. Okay, there will be that object will comes in a motion. Okay, to let a force come into play, two or more objects must interact with each other. Okay, to let to let a force come into play, two or more objects must interact with each other. कभी भी force कम से कम दो लोगों के बीच में तो लगेगा ही है, कोई भी दो object के बीच में लगेगा, या फिर if suppose like you are pushing something, so like that there are two types of force, मतलब the force which applied with the objects on you and the force which is applied by you on the object. Okay, do magnets also exert a push or a pull? It's just for your information, कि क्या magnet भी push it also provide it also possesses some force on any object, because हम देख what we used to see कि जब भी हम magnet के से किसी आयरनिक मेटल को हम लेते उसको क्या करता है, मैग्नेट उसको अट्रैक्ट करता है. सो इज देयर एनी टाइप ऑफ फोर्स विच इज एक्ट ऑन दैट आयरन मेटल टू जो उसको उसकी तरफ खींचता है. So hence we say that we know that a magnet can attract a piece of iron. Hence we can say that the magnet pulls the iron piece towards itself due to its magnetic force. Similarly, when opposite poles of magnet repel each other, we can say that they are pushing each other way. सो सो इसलिए अब हम आगे देखेंगे, वी विल सी दैट तो क्या वहाँ पे भी किसी तरह का फोर्स होता है, और इट्स अ characteristics of that material. So characteristics of force: when two force act in the same direction, the net resultant force on an object is the sum of these two forces. Okay, there are few examples. You can see here like people is applying force. You just see the first example here, that the two people is applying force in the same direction, दोनों एक ही डायरेक्शन में, तब इनके फोर्स और इनके फोर्स को हम ऐड कर देंगे एंड दैट विल बी द टोटल फोर्स. बट फोर्सेस एक्टिंग ऑन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन क्या होगा, इट विल बी like a zero if they are if they are putting the same force. Okay, or if else f2 minus f1 or f1 minus f2 इसका net force होगा. When two forces act in opposite direction, the net resultant force is the difference of these two forces. Yes, the force has magnitude which describes its strength. Force always has a direction in which it is applied and a measure of its strength or the magnitude. अब हमने यहाँ पे देखा है कि it also has a magnitude and it also has a direction. Okay, so the effect of a force may alter when direction of the magnitude of the force is changed. कभी भी फोर्स का इफेक्ट भी कहीं पे भी चेंज हो सकता है इफ यू आर चेंजिंग द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फोर्स. फॉर एग्जांपल suppose you are trying to push the table from one corner, it will not move. But if you are trying to move the table from the side, then it will easily move. So कभी भी अगर आपको force का direction change करोगे, you will feel that there is a different level of force you have to apply on that particular object. Okay, the effect of more than one force is being applied of an object is calculated by evaluating the net force acting on that object. हमें अगर दिया कभी भी net force अगर किसी भी object के ऊपर निकालना है, तो then what we will do, the difference of the two types of force, that will be the net force. If two forces are acting upon each other having equal magnitude and in the opposite direction, then the net force acting on the object will be Zero. Suppose that some when there is a two types of force acting on the body and they are in opposing direction, but the magnitude or the strength of the both of the force is equal, then in that case net force will be zero because there will be because the difference of force is zero. That's why the net force will be zero. The shape of an object can be altered if okay. Force can bring different effects on the object's position, size, and shape. अभी what are the changes when we see when the if on any object force is applied, क्या क्या changes होते हैं उनके position में changes होते हैं उनके size में भी changes हो सकते हैं और उनके shape में भी changes हो सकते हैं. So we will see some examples कि कैसे changes होते हैं. The shape of an object can be altered if some force is applied onto it depending upon the magnitude of force that is being applied and the rigidity of the object, the effect on its shape and size can be observed. कभी भी अगर मान लो कि if you are applying some force but it's not moving from the place but your force magnitude is high than the force applied with that object तो उसका resultant कहाँ होता है उनकी shape में changes आप देखोगे that is the resultant of force. Okay, see here the SI unit of the force is Newton. Okay, SI unit of the force is Newton. Remember, it's a very important point. What is the SI unit from force? Force is always calculated in the Newton. Okay, now you will see that force is equal to mass into acceleration. We studied it very earlier. पहले भी हमने पढ़ा है कि force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to m is equal to mass of the object. A is acceleration. The trucks move to the right. Force is applied here. Body is moving with some acceleration. Okay, so what will be the force is equal to mass of this truck into acceleration, that is the total force. Force can change the state of motion of an object. Motion of an object. Now we will see that how the force can change the motion of an object and how the force can change the shape of an object. So first, the motion of an object. An object is said to be in motion if it is moving by a certain speed in a particular direction. सपोज आपने एक ट्रक को एक हल्का सा पुश देके छोड़ दिया एंड इट स्टार्ट्स कंटिन्यूइंग मूविंग ऑन द सेम स्पीड देन इट इज कॉल्ड द मोशन लाइक an object is said to be in a uniform motion. If the object is at rest, it means that it is not changing its position with respect to an observing point, hence it has the zero speed. लेकिन हमने वो भी कहा था कि when there are two types of force applied from like each and opposite like opposite direction but their magnitude are same, then in that case net force will be zero. So when the object starts moving, it means that its position is being changed with respect to an observation point. In order to move an object from one place to another, a force is required to bring that object in a motion. हमेशा किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को मोशन में लाने के लिए हमें एक फोर्स को अप्लाई करना पड़ता है. ओके. Not only this force applied to an object can change its speed, bring it to the rest or even change the direction of its motion. अगर कोई भी बॉडी मोशन में तो उसको रोकने के लिए भी हमें वहाँ पे कोई फोर्स चाहिए होगा. Okay, it may bring a combination of these effects as well such as a change in direction of motion, changing the speed of the motion altogether. अगर डायरेक्शन में चेंज होगा तो स्पीड भी लाइक स्पीड ऑफ द मोशन माइट भी चेंजेस. ये हमने अभी initially told you about this example कि if you will try to move the very like rectangular table from one corner, it will you have to push more, you have to apply more force, but if you will move that, if you will try to move that table from their side, it will be less force like required. So वो change हो जाता है. अगर direction will change, then speed of the object motion will also change. Hence, we can say that the force can change the state of motion of an object. Always remember, force is used to change the object को वो usually motion में ही change करता है. Okay. Any object cannot move by itself or change its state of and अगर either वो move करेगा, either it will the shape will change or either the structure will change. But if like in last case कि अगर कुछ भी change नहीं होता, ना shape change होता, ना वो अपने बॉडी जगह से move होता है, it means in that case net force is zero. However, it is not a case that this change of state of motion will take place every time with every kind of an object. For instance, if a person tries to push a very heavy object such as wall, it would not at all. अभी just now I told you कि like there is a force is a type of force. Either it will change the state of the object, या तो स्टेट ऑब्जेक्ट अगर रेस्ट में है तो मोशन में चेंज कर देगा, अगर मोशन में तो रेस्ट में चेंज कर देगा, और आइदर इट विल चेंज द शेप और द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट. बट अगर ये दोनों कुछ नहीं होता है, देन इन दैट केस नेट फोर्स विल बी जीरो, एंड दैट द एग्जांपल इज व्हेन वी यूज टू पुश द वॉल, it doesn't move from their place and it doesn't change the shape. Now you will can see here the examples how the force used to change the shape of an object. The shape of an object can be altered if some force is applied on it depending upon the magnitude of the force that is being applied and the rigidity of the object. कि अगर ऑब्जेक्ट में बहुत ज़्यादा रिजिडिटी है वो अपने स्टेट में ही रहने के लिए, और हम तब भी उसके ऊपर फोर्स लगा रहे हैं, तो इट मीन्स इट डजेंट ब्रेक बट इट द शेप ऑफ दैट ऑब्जेक्ट विल बी चेंज. Here are the few examples of rubber band. It's given कि rubber band को हम जब भी force लगा के उसको break करने का try करते हैं, but what happen, वो बहुत easily break नहीं होता है. When we will stretch it, it will change the shape. Okay, circular rubber से वो rectangular rubber में change होता है. And it's a sponge, yeah. When we try to break it, what happens? It changes the shape, but it doesn't break easily. Okay, spring, when you will put a pressure, it will compress, but it doesn't break. And अगर आप जब छोड़ दोगे तो it again comes in their initial position. Okay. So that's all for today. In next class, we will discuss the another points of the force and pressure. So till the time, what you're going to do is start reading the chapter and start noting down the important points in your notebook. Till the time, take care and bye bye.